so today is the day where I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm using my Luxy volume weft with my other Luxy extensions. Sorry about that. So anyway, so I'm going to be going over I'm going to be showing you how I use this volume weft with my regular Luxy hair extensions. Now, I am for the first time going to be using this older curling iron. It's Conair, and it has like a little clip here. So I'm going to see if this is going to make it any, I don't know, I would say any better. I don't know. We'll see. If in the middle, if it's not going my way, I'll probably go back to my original one, the one that I normally use. But yeah, we're going to try this out today. So hopefully it works out beautifully. And I am using my nano titanium straightener. This one is a really good straightener. It's fairly new, and I use this for the top of my hair, the ones that kind of just go over the extensions. Because my hair is naturally kind of curly and a little frizzy at times, so especially if it's newly washed, and I just washed my hair last night, so normally I like to use this to kind of smooth it down and make it look more unison with my extensions. Yeah, and then unfortunately with the whole pandemic and everything, it's been kind of hard for me to find like heating tool, like protective stuff. So what I have been using to kind of use instead of it, which is the macadamia professional spray, or I would use the coconut water spray. I know these are not exactly for heating, but I do use them, and it does help my hair, so it doesn't really, I don't really see a huge damage since I've been using it. Hopefully down the line I am going to go to a store that will be able to, that does have that. But at this point in time, that's what I got to use. So anyway, so this is my hair, newly washed since last night. And as you can tell, I definitely need to brush it out. And it's, again, not that long, but then it's not super short either. And I haven't dyed it in a while, like maybe about, I would say almost close to 4 months ago. I think maybe around 3 to 4 months ago I probably dyed it. And I normally, if I see a huge difference, like a huge different color, or if I'm seeing a lot of grays in my hair, then I will go ahead and dye it. But I haven't really seen any, so I haven't dyed it yet. But yeah, so it still blends well. So I don't until I see like it's not blending really well, then that's probably when I'm gonna dye my hair. Again, with the semi-permanent hair dye, the Clairol. I think it's called Beautiful Clairol, or the Beautiful Collection or something like that. Anyways, and they come in really small bottles, but you can reuse them over and over again. So what I do here is I kind of basically go where my ear's at right here, and then I just separate it with my thumbs. So this part here is down, and then this part I'm going to keep up. And then just brush it out all again one more time. And then go ahead and just pin this up. So I pin that up, as you can see, right there. And then on this bottom part here, this part, I'm going to basically tie this up. And what I do is, like with my little side pieces here, like my sideburn, I normally kind of pull those to the front because I don't want these to be tied back. So, but everything else I'll go ahead and tie. And then I just use like one of those little baby hair ties And I just tie it first, put it like in a little pony. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of just twist this. I don't really do a braid, I just kind of twist it, divide it in half, and then just twist away. And the reason why I do this is to, you know, to make sure like these short pieces are not shown, you know, when I have my hair all to the front. And I've been doing this for a long time, for a while. You know, and I saw this as a trick for one of, like, for many different YouTubers that have short hair, short to medium hair, and they do that a lot. I think I would even probably do it when even my hair is a little bit longer, only because I really like seeing the seamless, where it looks like all, like the bottom layer of your extension is, that's actually growing out of your head. I like that look. And sometimes even if your hair is shorter, I mean, even though it's a little bit longer, it still sometimes is noticeable. No matter how much or how well you curl it, you can still see it, especially towards the end of the day. So what I'm going to do is, so this is my weft, my first weft, which is the volume weft. And see, like what I was saying is, you know, normally when you use these babies, these are normally used to add more volume. Well, how I'm using them this time is not so much for volume, but I'm using it for more length than anything. And so I just kind of pin it, and I'll show you here. So here is the back part. So I just kind of pin it on the very bottom. And then, you know, you check up here, does it look kind of even? And if it does, then you're golden. Because it is kind of hard to tell if it's even or not. Because again, you don't have eyes on the back of your head. But it's okay. And then when I go ahead and I'll take my two weft, and this is what I was using first. I was putting this on the very bottom before I had this one. But now, since I have this one, I want to have this one being the first, only because the color here is lighter than if you look at my extensions here. So I did dye up here, and I have like little low lights here. So up here is darker, and then down here is a little bit lighter brown. It's like I would say it's more like a medium brown, and this is the darker brown. And so again, if I was to put this in between the other ones, yes, it could probably blend, but reality, if you're looking at your actual hair, and I said this in the previous video of the first impressions of this one, is that normally the very ends of your hair is where it's going to be the lightest. So for me, I want it to look as seamless as it can be. So by putting this on the very bottom will actually do that. And the good part too, it really added some nice extra layers and a nice, you know, added length as well. So it gave me more layers and gave me length. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of put this right here. I put that like on top of where my braids are at. Then I will do another one, which is this baby. And then what I'm going to do now, because I want to have one more for weft on the very top, I'm going to put this on top of the two weft. So I'm just going to put that on top of it. Like that, you can see. Then I have this one, this 4 weft. So I'll go ahead and put this baby on. So initially, right now I have 4 wefts already in here, and as you can see the layers pretty well, I would have to say. You can see the layers. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put these, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to curl them. So again, I'm just gonna take a little bit, and they already have the spray that I've had on, and I try not to put so much spray on these all the time, so I don't have to wash them. So now I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna as you can see the dimension when it's just one color, because when it's just one flat color, I mean, yes, it'll be still pretty, it's not going to be ugly or anything, but when you look at your natural hair, nobody's hair is just one exact color unless you dye it. And even when you dye it, there's your natural hair has some lowlights, natural lowlights, and highlights. So with that, you're gonna have different shades of brown, different shades of blonde, different shades of red, and it's going to, and that's what makes the hair look so realistic and makes it look so pretty, I think, because you have that definitely like that curl, that definition. As you can see here, looking at this color, looking at the different colors, it just kind of really blends. And so that's, I mean, right there, that is a beautiful ticket right there for me. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So I think I am just gonna try this out today and then just kind of see which one I like better. And then just take it from there. So now what I'm going to do, this is kind of like pretty much my last layer of extensions for the most part. So what I'm going to do here is, I always brush out the extensions before I put them in, just to make sure when I do any of the curls, they're good to go. I kind of put them like almost this kind of close, not too close, but close enough. And I always, and this part here, this is going to be my, the part that's going to cover this one. I just kind of overlap it, so as you can see here, it's overlapped, a little bit overlapped here. And then what I'm going to do is this part here, and now this kind of plays as a, and this is not Luxy, this is a Jazz Wave extension. So this plays two different parts for me. One part, what it does is, what it does here for me is that I just kind of put it over it to kind of help blend the extensions better. And then I also use it to show layers as well, because this is a shorter piece. And my hair, since my hair is short, if you just see all the, if I was to just keep all the extensions all one length, you're gonna notice it no matter if you curl it or you don't. I mean, it's gonna be like, dude, girl, you got some extensions in your head. So like, you know, for me, like, it's very important to show that the layers. So then I just kind of put this one on this side to kind of help blend the side parts and have that layer coming down. And I put it here on this side. Again, to help show that layer. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie this part back, tie all this part back, because what happens is, what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to straighten this top part up, because again, this hair is a little frizzy, as you can see. Look at that, that's frizz. So I'm just gonna straighten this baby up. Oops. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a little, because I like to always do my hair like that. So I kind of like already brushed my hair into a certain shape, side already. So then when I start styling it, it's not going to be hard to do. So, alright, so it looks a little funky now, but all this hair that I have to do, and I don't do anything too crazy with it. I am going to spray this since I just washed it. Just kind of spray it. Let's see, I forgot to spray it with that, because you can even spray it right after you wash your hair, and then it soaks in too. It's up to you how you want to do it. Okay. You want to make sure it goes all the way to your ends as well, because that is where it really is needed. Okay, so now I'm going to just straighten this baby. So like this. So I half it down. So now it's all halved up, and looks pretty nice even now. I just need to brush it a little bit, but there you go. There you go. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is, before I curl it, I'm just gonna tease it just a little bit, just so it'll kind of hide the extensions for me. I don't go too crazy, because, you know, even teasing your hair can also cause a lot of breakage too, especially if you tease it a lot. And I just kind of lightly, you know, don't try to go too crazy with the brushing back, because if you brush it back, then your tease is pretty much gone. So there you go. So, you know, I just tease it a little bit. I don't need a tease Okay guys, so I went ahead and I did everything. Now it's all done. So what I wanted to show here real quick was what did I do to what do I do to kind of keep the curls. So what I do is I use this it's called Power Hair HD cream, and it has add shines and defines, and it's good for curls. So even though I know these extensions are not naturally curly, they're really good. It does help keep the curl, and especially if you're running low on hairspray, which I am. This is what I use. I just use a small amount, nothing too much, and then I just kind of put it all over the hair, including my own hair, and then kind of just scrunch it up a little bit, and then it's, you know, it has, you know, like that nice movement. Okay, so, and then if I do have some hairspray, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this, I do have a little, you know, so I kind of put it there, just put some here. And the beauty with this hairspray, it's not the crunchy where it makes your hair crunchy or hard. It's flexible hold, so it does hold, and it actually holds really well. Curling iron, it is something to get used to, especially if you're so used to without having the clip. So if that's something that you want to, you know, if you are someone that doesn't use the clip and you want to go back to using one with the clip, the one thing it does have to get some used to, but you know, if the clip is, you know, if the clip is metal, then you could still kind of curl it without the clip. And that's what I did with some of the pieces. I went back and I looked at some that needed to have more of a clip, have more of a curl, and it did that. Now, is it super curly? Heck no, it's not super curly. And I don't know if this is because it's just an older curler and that's why, or this is what these kind of curlers do. I don't know. Again, I'm not too sure, but what I can tell you is it does, if you're one of those people that want like a nice wave, it definitely does that. I think it has that nice like beachy kind of wave, and if that's something that you are going for, then I would say definitely get, you know, invest in one of these, because it can do that. I think it can do that a whole lot easier than this one. At least this one really does curl, and I mean, it curls it. And and I don't know if it's because it's a newer one or if it's just because the type of barrel it is, but that one really does curl it. However, this, what I like about this, it's very, has that nice relaxed curl, and I like that. And my hair, if my hair, you know, if I didn't dye my hair so much, or if I didn't like damage it so much, it would pretty much, my hair would turn into this pretty much. So having, you know, being able to get this back is kind of nice. And it's something like if you're especially not wanting, especially if you're not doing anything too extravagant or anything, you know, I would say, yeah, just do this kind of curl. And you know, a lot of people are wanting this kind of, are liking these kind of curls. So but let me show you what it looks like in the back. But yeah, and you can see like not all pieces are, you know, some pieces are not all like super curly, which is fine, as you can tell. And you know, and it looks good. Like I doubt it turned out beautifully with it, with these extensions. And if you're like me and you're in my same kind of predicament, then yeah, you know, you don't always have to use it as to volume your hair, to make your hair thicker. You don't need to use it like that. You could use it for, you know, just adding length. Anyways, catch you guys later, and please like and subscribe. And if you have any more questions about how I'm liking these extensions, if you want like a update or anything, let me know. All right, bye.